This week on Why the Hell Not, we talk about minimum wage. Don't we, Jay?
Where's our stupid intern?
Yes. Oh, that's right. We got an intern.
Jimmy
Jimmy the kid.
Jimmy Two Shoes.
Yeah. Jimmy, where are you? Where are you, Jimmy? Oh, there he is. Hello. Hello. Oh, he's an
Hispanic.
immigrant.
You didn't know that.
He's an immigrant. Jimmy, say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Jimmy, how do you feel about that wall being built?
This is good wall. Nice quality.
I just have some issues. Jimmy, I just wanted to tell you, you're not getting paid for this. You know that, right?
I get paid.
No, you get no pay.
I get pay.
No.
No, Jimmy, we said this was a non-paying internship.
Pay internship.
Jimmy, there's no pay.
No, Jimmy, no.
I'm letting you live underneath the stairs.
Jimmy,
that's pretty much it.
Jimmy, please, put your pants on, Jimmy. What did I tell you about... Oh, Jesus Christ. Jimmy, put back your dick. Don't piss on Jay's wall. Don't piss on Jay's wall.
Where do you find these guys? Home Depot?
I don't know, Jay. I got them. Jimmy, please don't...
Why is he throwing his shit at you?
I don't know.
Whoa, Costa, you better wash that off.
I get paid.
No, Jimmy, you're fired. You're fired, Jimmy.
I never thought I would ever see you fire anybody.
Adios, amigo.
Well, that was awkward.
Yeah. No, welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
That was Jimmy.
And we are live.
Are we?
Are we?
We are live.
Now playing Why the Hell Not with Jay and Costa.
And welcome back. It is good to be in my room, the Temple of Doom. We're here now, ready to rock your socks off.
Rocking those socks.
I'm not wearing socks because I wear flip-flops in my house.
I am, and my shoes have holes in them, so they're wet.
We're going with that hobo feel right now.
Oh, definitely a hobo feel.
Hobo with a shotgun?
Sure, why not?
I've never seen that movie.
It's a movie?
You never heard?
I never heard of that.
Okay, I'll show you the picture after.
Okay.
When I talk about a hobo and a shotgun, that's my
Alright.
penis.
What?
Huh?
What?
I named my penis Hobo, and the shotgun is a reference to my shaft.
So the hobo's the head? Or is
Yes.
it the two balls?
Who knows? You can meet them. Hands on.
No, it's...
I'm just kidding. It's an
all
actual
right.
movie.
Yeah.
Yes, it's an actual movie.
I figured.
No, I know. But
Is it
sounds
about
funny.
a hobo with a shotgun?
Yeah, it actually is.
Oh. You see, it would have been a cool twist if it was actually about like a priest with like a rabbi.
You want to have a good laugh?
Yeah, sure.
Well, not a good laugh. So talking
wanna
about
laugh.
movies that are influential, like that movie was influential. But you know the movie History of Violence?
No.
You never heard of that
Any
movie?
Movies, fuck.
Okay, a movie History of Violence was like some low-budget film,
Okay.
and it ended up becoming like a cult classic.
As most low-budget films do.
And really good. Anyways, you have to take a look at it.
All right.
I can't really go more in detail if you haven't seen it. Then
History of Violence.
it's pretty good.
Is it about like war?
It's completely off. Like if you see it, you're gonna be like, "What?"
Is it about
No, it's like this
Fight
guy.
Club?
Some guy's in the Secret Service, not Secret Service. He's in the witness protection thing in the
Yes.
States. He's an ex-mob guy.
okay?
He's living in a place, and like
He's a
everyone's
snitch. He ratted on his
no.
friends.
He
That's why they put you in witness protection.
actually he's not a witness protection. He killed somebody in Philly
Well, Jay.
in the mob,
Yeah.
and then he moved. He just left. He's like, I'm out of this. He left and he moves into a small town. He opened up a coffee shop, like a diner.
So the cops had nothing to do with him moving.
Nothing.
So
Sorry.
that's
I completely screwed
completely
up.
not.
I completely
witness
screwed up on that.
Wow.
Sorry. I was thinking of something else. Anyways,
So if ever you want a movie synopsis in the
don't
future,
ask Jay.
Don't ask Jay.
Or ask me, but make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, don't.
It's like Beauty and the Beast.
Just don't.
All right, like
just
the people,
don't
I got
ask.
into an argument with someone because they're
Oh,
like, Beauty and
boy.
the Beast is about bestiality.
I mean,
It's not. And if you tell me it is, it's not. I got mad.
They never fuck.
No,
They
you don't.
They never fuck.
No, but it's like I was talking to a guy.
He never sticks his beastly member inside her.
Yeah, Tara, her new one, legit.
So
All right. We have
Jay's cat just did parkour off of his bed. Like
parkour.
jumped off the floor, kicked the bed and then landed on his feet like a parkour god. Anyway, yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
No, I was talking to my friend. He's like, "Oh, we're talking about some stuff," and he's like, Beauty and the Beast is about bestiality." I'm like, "Please explain." Well, she's a chick who likes a beast. I'm like, "Do they fuck?" No, but come on, she's living in that castle. You don't think they get it on?
She's a chick who falls in love with the humanity of the beast.
But
later on in the movie, and when she confesses that she loves him,
right off the bat,
then he turns into a human again.
but the best part is right off the bat, people forget this. They tell, like, maybe not the first 2 seconds into the movie, but like before anything ever happens, romance or anything, she finds out about the curse. She finds out that he was a human who was cursed. So it's like, come on, guys. I'm like, if she like went and she started making out with him, and then I get like, okay, you're right. And it's not like that. You guys, social justice warriors trying to say some shit because of...
I don't think those are...
Yes, it is, because the reason why a lot of people brought up the bestiality, and I saw a lot of quotes and a lot of people saying that, it was because that the new version has 2 male actors who portray gay men. And a lot of people were... Like, a lot of countries are banning it.
No, a lot of countries... What does that have to do with bestiality?
Now,
because they're banning it because of homosexuality.
They're like, they should be banning it because of bestiality. Yeah. We're celebrating a movie about bestiality, but we're caring about 2 gay men. It's like, I'm just like, this world is too PC.
I see the connection.
Let's get off the PC trail. Go see Beauty and the Beast if you haven't. It was pretty good.
I need to see it.
Wait for it to be downloadable.
I haven't seen any movies lately.
There hasn't been anything great.
Nope.
I think, what's the next movie? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yep.
There's that movie. I'll see that for sure.
Spider-Man trailer dropped today.
My least favorite superhero.
Not even close.
For me.
Yeah, for me, not even close. He's like my 3rd favorite, probably. I would say 3rd favorite.
First is Superman, second is who?
Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
I'm telling you, man, you could be a Superman fan and a Batman fan. There's nothing wrong. There is no, like... Fuck, it's like you could like Family Guy and The Simpsons at the same time.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
it's nothing wrong with that. It's not that at all.
I hate people who like choose a side. They're like, no, you have to like one over the other.
No, you don't have to like one over the other, but it's
you don't at all.
It's a rare mix, and I agree with that because you have one whose problem like really is like godlike, and you know what's funny?
He has all the power in the world, and he chooses to do it for good. Yeah. Whereas Batman has no power. He has a lot of money, but he uses it to better himself and to do good for his city.
Here's a big comparison, though. You got to remember, a lot of Batman's villains...
They don't have powers either? Yeah. That's not true.
No,
Poison
he has
Ivy.
Okay.
Now I'm getting stuck. Bane. Come on, Bane has superpowers.
Bane has a serum.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I'm not. Okay, that's 2 villains. 2 villains and Gollum. Solomon Grundy.
So
3.
We could name a bunch. I'm sure.
I know you can.
Come on. Help me out here.
Mr. Freeze doesn't count as
Mr. Freeze.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, no, he doesn't because that's a gun.
That doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It's still an advantage over him.
You can't compare the two. It's like me saying,
dude, it's a gun that could freeze you in place.
Okay, now here's my counter argument. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's villains in Superman's world that actually have like the power to stick out their hand and freeze. That to me, like I'll give you Poison Ivy, Solomon Grundy, and I'll give you Bane 100%. Those 3. But there's more for sure.
Mr. Freeze has an advantage.
I'm sorry. I'm guaranteeing you, if Batman wanted to, or Bruce Wayne wanted to, he can make a heat ray. He'll pay someone to make a heat ray.
Okay.
Then you know what I mean?
All right.
In that sense.
All right. Fair.
Because it's a weapon. In a weapon, it's like it's not a gift, like an actual power. It's like even Bane, you can give out the arguments like, well, it's not Bane's real power; it's a serum. But I'm gonna put that on the guy has super strength. So I'll give you that.
So, who else has powers that's a villain of Batman?
Well, then here goes another one, like Scarecrow.
Okay.
Do we count Scarecrow as a regular villain, or we put him in as a super villain?
Well, I mean, you could.
He's a terrorist.
If you look at it like that, then you could count Joker with his laughing serum, right?
No, because serums, that's the thing. Then we think of the Bane. It's hard...
Okay, so my point was that Batman doesn't have natural powers, but he always goes up against someone who has an advantage over
Yeah,
him
but a
in
lot of the
terms
time
like
is he has.
weaponry.
But one thing that Batman does have is he does have an arsenal of weapons. And if you look, let's say we keep everything Batman's done in his life, but just take away the money, is Batman still Batman without the money? No, he's not. Because
That's interesting because you could argue that he could get by with his martial arts.
yes, he could, but he'd be more like Iron Fist, or I'm just going to use it from the movie, the show that just came out. He's more like Iron Fist without the Iron Fist, because Iron Fist has a lot of martial arts. He's basically Chuck Norris.
Yeah, and Chuck Norris could punch the world out of orbit, right? So
No, you know what I mean.
Chuck Norris can. Come on, what are those fucking memes there?
It's like if you put here's a
Those
good example.
Chuck Norris memes.
I have the perfect. I think I have that argument to win, and I think I just came it up. I just came for sure. Someone said this, but take both heroes and switch them into different. Like Batman is in Metropolis, having to fight the people in Metropolis,
Yeah.
and put Superman in Gotham. I think you see the difference in both of them, because Superman's like if first off, let's say Batman has to fight Bizarro.
Oh yeah, no, I completely. Oh, are you saying in terms of like how the city would change,
No,
or
no,
the
like-
villains that he would be up against?
Like, would he be able to be the same success if he was in Metropolis instead of Gotham? Because Gotham's
it
villains
would
are
definitely be harder, but since he's the hero of the story, he would
Well,
definitely win.
I'm thinking more of a Then you go with that writing style, But I'm doing it with more of a realistic. It's like when people argue with me with, oh, Batman would whip his ass with the Green Rock. I'm like, well, Superman just could stay like maybe 300 meters away and just fucking heat vision him to death.
Right. So
But that would never happen because Batman's smart. Okay. Superman cures cancer. Like
it's like heat vision. All he has to do is look at you. Can't outrun me looking at you. Like it's the stupid. You know those animations where like the heat is like
yeah.
traveling along the wall and he's running away from it. No, bitch. All he has to do is like blink and like just look at him. That's it. That's all he has.
Remember,
to do.
I love
But
that scene when
I
it's
don't-
Man
I
of
don't-
Steel.
What?
Like the heat vision is like he's just staring and then he's holding his neck. I'm just like,
Yeah, Zod, how he almost killed the humans by like the heat. Yeah. That's completely bullshit. He could have honestly just closed his eyes and opened them again.
well,
a
no,
little
because
over.
Superman was holding his neck. I don't think his eyes.
I don't know, man.
I see your point.
I don't know. His head would have to like
But
he
also
would have to
another
be
thing
here, and
is-
your cat is over there. So like,
Did you ever see the animated movie where Superman versus Doomsday?
yeah,
Where he uses the heat vision to take the clone Superman uses the heat vision to take out the little iron ball that has the kryptonite in his brain.
yeah.
That's fucking creepy. That was a good scene. I remember the people like they didn't show you much, but it's like he's stabbing himself in the head, taking out that ball. That's one thing I gotta give.
It wasn't the ball of kryptonite.
It was a little iron ball, and inside the ball of iron, there was a detonation that exploded kryptonite to kill him.
In Doomsday.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It was implied that
If I remember correctly, if we're thinking about the same animation,
Superman's dead, but he's not really dead. He's hibernating because he's just regenerating.
okay,
The
then
bu-
it's different. I was thinking of one where they show like an alternate world.
No,
where
that's
when the superheroes like decide enough is enough, these bad guys have to go, and Superman literally lobotomizes Doomsday by like using his X-ray laser vision to burn his brain, and everyone's like, "Holy fuck!" Superman just lobotomized Doomsday, and then later on they put on these black costumes, and I don't know. I think Batman travels to this parallel universe.
Yeah, I've seen that one. That's a
Yeah.
different. I think that's Flashpoint.
No, it's not Flashpoint. It's definitely not Flashpoint, but it's an alternate universe.
Yeah, because there's like
storyline,
where
for sure.
the Justice League has become like Superman's become so
In-
controlling.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
in Flashpoint, Superman was caught by the U.S. government, and he was like starved to death, and he was super skinny, and like he was still strong as fuck, but he was completely like, ugly. He was malnourished. He hadn't seen the sun in forever, so that's Flashpoint. I remember that.
I didn't see that one.
Anyway, so I love this comic talk, but I've been wanting to talk about this issue for
Oh wow.
a while. Minimum wage.
Yes.
Why is it good? Why is it bad? Why? You know, because there's
Well,
a lot
you're
of
not okay. Hold on.
there's
We're
a
not
lot of
talking
talk
about.
about increasing.
That's
minimum
what. That's
wage,
the
right?
point we're trying to bring up.
That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're not talking about minimum wage being a bad or a good thing.
No.
Because what I do believe we do deserve a certain level, but like what people are saying, are trying to do is bring it up to like a drastic point. It's like, okay, minimum wage should be $15. Excuse me, we were at $9 or $8 like maybe 3 years ago. Now
I
we're
don't
at
know what we were at 3 years ago, but I know in May it's going up
to 11.25 or
11. Is it
11.20?
11.25?
11.25 or 11.20.
That's crazy.
Well, it's going up like 40 or 50 cents.
That's crazy.
So-
And a lot of people might be thinking, no, it's good. More money to the people. You know,
I
more
don't think
money
it's
to
a
the
drastic
working class.
change.
Oh, it is. It's huge, man. Right now, it's like a 50 cents change. It's a 50 cents difference. So what's minimum wage now?
10.70, I think.
Okay, so yeah, it's 11.20. It'll be 11.20 something. And that's a 50-cent difference. So
But the cost of first off, you know why we're giving this big change is because obviously the cost of living here is not maintainable with
maintainable. Well, okay.
Is that a word? Maintainable?
Maintainable, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure my grammar of the day.
So that's the question. Is it the cost of... Okay, because here's the thing. When you increase the expenses of a business,
Yes.
then the business has to increase its prices.
Mhm.
So increasing the minimum wage of its employees
First off,
increases the expenses of the business, meaning that it has to increase the prices of its products and services.
you have a
meaning
good
that
point.
the price of living is going to go up anyway to a point where it is now, where minimum wage, quote unquote, isn't enough.
Okay, first off,
Also, I got other things to say, but go on.
well, the first thing I want to bring out is you have a good perspective of this because of your family business,
Yes.
and I see your point. And
Also, at the other job, well, at neither jobs, I don't get paid minimum wage. And the minimum wage increase affects my salary, too, harshly.
how?
Because,
Oh yeah, because if that minimum wage salary is, and if you agree to let's say 11, okay, let's say you're paid 11.20, and the minimum wage right now is at 10.20. Obviously, if
I'm
minimum-
making $1 more than minimum wage.
Yeah.
So my salary
Yeah.
is worth more.
yes,
Now, if you're on contract, for example, and your contract ends in a year, and minimum wage went up, well, suddenly you're not making as much. You're not making more than minimum wage. All of a sudden, you're making minimum wage, and with the prices increasing everywhere else, now your salary becomes less. You actually got the opposite of a promotion, which
See-
is not a demotion because demotion doesn't come.
no,
with,
but you
like-
got screwed over by the government by allowing this thing to happen. But that
Exactly.
comes down to the question is when you're signing your contract, you make sure they put in stipulation. Look, minimum wage at the time, I was being paid $1 more over minimum wage at the time. So if minimum wage, but for some reason goes up to whatever it goes up, I would like to be, I would like them to honor that
right, but
because that's happened to my friends at work where I worked at Provigo.
right, okay. So that's for a contract job, and a lot of people might not do that. They get fucked over. A lot of people do. That's all good, but how about for getting paid at, let's say, the restaurant? Then people have to negotiate for a higher raise, and they're like, the business is less likely to say yes
Well,
because their expenses have already gone up immensely for everyone who is on that minimum wage payroll.
No, people have to understand this too. It's like, let's just be honest. I think the minimum wage is going up because the cost of living is going up. Fine. And I think the companies that are going to be affected the most are not the big companies, it's the small companies.
Yes, definitely
the-
small businesses, which make up like 80%.
But
of the
it's good at,
economy.
and you know what's the funny part is? Like those big companies like Walmart,
Economy?
Loblaws, grocery stores, and Best Buys and stuff,
Yeah.
they're not going to feel it too much
No.
because what's going to happen is we're going to spend more money there
Exactly.
because we're going to have more money.
Yeah.
So
They could afford to keep their prices the same. making their prices even more competitive than they are now, putting smaller businesses out of business because they can't keep up with those prices.
Yeah, the demand is too much.
It's horrible
you know,
considering that like 80%, like I said, 80% of businesses are small businesses. You know? It's I don't know. It's a really
It's a touchy subject. It's hard.
and a lot of people don't
But let's be happy with one thing.
what?
Is we're asking for a 50-cent raise. A lot of people were trying to push for a $15.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, I'm going to
Bring that up.
yeah, for sure. I agree. $15 over such a short period of time, you're going to see prices skyrocket.
Oh, yeah.
And then how much is your $15 worth? It's not worth anything.
Oh, it's like the same
People
thing.
can't just print money. It fucks up the economy.
It's like back in the day when a person got a $6 million contract in the NHL, we're like, but now when a person gets a $5 million or a $6 million, we're just like, oh well, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's like in the NFL.
Inflation. There's such a thing as inflation going up too fast.
Think about
though.
it too. If the money goes up, the tickets for everything's gonna go up. Tickets for the hockey games, tickets for concerts. Now when you're there, you used to pay $10 for a beer. Now you're gonna pay $15 for a beer.
My uncle's partner owns a business,
Yeah.
and he has minimum wage employees, and the minimum wage goes up in May. And he said he already started putting up his prices because he can't afford it unless he does. So that's already
What
proof.
business does he like? Can we ask? Okay.
Yeah, it's a pet store. It's a pet store.
Okay, fair enough.
So
Yeah, that's a hard business too to own because, especially with the regulations they're passing
it's
now.
a busy one.
Oh, good for him. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a big one.
All right.
And yeah, he's putting up his prices now.
Makes sense.
But here's the thing:
Isn't it a little too soon?
is the cost of living too high?
Yeah.
You think it is?
There's a
'Cause
good.
let's compare Quebec to BC, for example.
Okay, but you're forgetting one thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Well, I'm gonna let you finish, but I want you to remember one thing. Our taxes here are higher.
I'm gonna
than
let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I gotta say one thing.
Our taxes are the highest here.
So that's the thing. That's my
Yeah.
counter with that.
Yeah.
Now go on.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna. That's fine.
The BC. Go. You had a good point. BC cost of living in BC is higher
It is a lot
because
higher.
I had friends who lived in BC and like they say like to get
But
a 2 liter.
I'm wondering if cost of living includes taxes, which I think it does.
Yeah, but they were paid like they were paid $15 an hour.
Are they paid $15?
Well, some places
an hour?
are. When like my friend, I know a guy who lives in the half the year in Florida.
I'm gonna look this up.
Wow,
'cause I'm
okay,
very
I know.
curious.
I know a guy who used to live half the year in Florida
Yeah.
and half the year in Alberta,
Okay.
and he would go every winter to or summer, something weird, to Alberta, and he would park his RV in I think it was in like a Walmart area,
Right.
and he would work at Tim Hortons for half a year, and then he'd go back to Florida, and he makes a good amount of money because he really scavenges that money he makes for half a year. He works 40 hours.
Yeah,
He works
yeah,
a
yeah.
shitload.
It's all about saving, and that's what a lot of people don't know how to do these days.
But was it easier to save back in the day than it is now?
I think there are definitely more expensive temptations today.
Just look at the cost of TV.
Okay, just before we go
Mm-hmm.
into that, minimum wage to hit $11.25 by 2017.
Yeah, it's
so
gonna be
they
in
have
May.
the same. This is from CBC. They have the same minimum wage as we do.
In Alberta.
No, BC. I'm talking about BC.
Oh, British Columbia. Okay.
Yeah. So their cost of living is definitely higher, considering that rent is the most expensive there. Gas, when I was in Vancouver, gas is like... It was about 10 cents more than it was here in Quebec, and I thought we had the highest gas prices.
I don't know why.
Because they have a lot of environmental taxes on their gas. That's what the cab driver told us. But, yeah.
There must be
Environmental taxes.
something going on there to make. Then how is it affordable to live there? What's the population there? Would
It's
you-
the third biggest city in Canada. Last I checked. Montreal's second biggest.
Maybe their taxes are really low.
Their taxes are lower than ours, for
But-
sure.
Is it lower? But like how much? Is it like because we're paying like 14%, 13%?
Oh, it depends what,
And they're
what bracket
paying-
you're in. I could look up tax brackets.
Oh, there's a bracket.
Yeah, it works on. Oh, are you talking about the GST?
Yeah, well, that's how I think of everything.
Okay, I could look it up. GST taxes in BC. No problem. I could look that up. Goods and service taxes. No, I was thinking income taxes, which I could also look up.
Oh, the reason why I bring up that is because I feel like that's the big
7%.
7%. So they get
For
pretty
goods
much
and
half.
service tax and Canada rate is 5%, sorry, for a total of 12%. Whereas
pretty
here
close.
it's 15%. But okay, so it's near 15%. It's not actually 15 because we actually implement the Canada tax first, and then Quebec, because they think they're fucking special little princesses, Quebec taxes the subtotal of your product plus the 5% Canada tax. So it taxes that subtotal and not the total of just the product itself. So you're paying tax on tax here in Quebec. It's fucking ridiculous here. It's horrible. Meanwhile, they want to fucking start a rodeo. Did you
I
hear
saw
this?
that thing on
Holy fuck. A rodeo
Isn't
here
that
in
because
Montreal.
like what's our name? Like our mayor or our PM?
Dennis Cordair just wants to get hog-tied. That's what. He's a fucking
But
bitch
isn't
that
he a
wants
hog?
to get hog-tied.
It's pretty much looks like a hog.
He is a hog. And I hope he listens to this. I don't care. Whoever listens to this, share it. Edit this clip so that it gets to this fucking guy. He is a hog. I want him, if he goes to the fucking rodeo when it comes out in
So I have a
September,
question for you. A solid question.
get him hog-tied because he deserves
Let's say he
deserves
would
it.
come to LaSalle and he went to LaSalle driving for a Putzin.
I
What
would
would you
tell
say?
him. No, I wouldn't. I want to. Oh no! You know what? I
It's
I would
hard.
really want to talk to him.
Pick his brain
Yes.
or pick his Putzin.
Yeah. I would really want.
You know what I would do? I would let
I
him
would
get it,
ask him,
and then I would just
something.
I would
I'd
just
have to.
jump out of the thing, out of my work clothes, and just go outside. But when he's coming out, like, oh boy, you're coming to eat here, good food, eh? Okay, first off, I have to ask you, why are you such a fucking moron? Is this the same guy who put the ban on dogs too?
Yeah, yeah.
Why are you such
Dennis
a like?
Cordair.
Oh my god.
So okay, so we explained how.
Oh, fast thing. I gotta say
Okay.
one thing fast. I'm sorry about this. So we're not gonna change subject with the weed talk. We'll bring it up later on in the show. But I'm just gonna call it right now. I'm calling it right now. Whatever the date is today,
2018 July 1st.
They're saying
that's when it's supposed to
everywhere
be
else
legal.
except Quebec, weed's gonna be legal.
Oh yeah, because Quebec will have to figure out how it could get its hands all over it. And anyway, so we discussed problems with increasing minimum wage and how it
Well-
affects the economy. That the cost of living is supposedly too high, which I don't necessarily agree with 100%. I do think that a lot of things are expensive,
Well, first off, here's one thing.
but we spend a lot on luxuries. So my question is, if increasing the minimum wage just increases overall over time increases the cost of living, then what's the answer to not increase the cost of living while giving the people more money so that they could afford the cost of living today?
I don't know.
We talked about it last week. How about the listeners that listened to last week's
Oh,
episode?
the allowance.
Yeah,
That was a good idea. But
the universal basic income.
well, first off, hold on. I agree with the increase. I agree that every few, you know what? Instead of doing an annual increase every year, it should be every 2 to 3 years
Okay.
for a annual increase.
Now you
'Cause
see,
that's kind of
it's supposed to go by the strength of the currency, right?
We don't have any strength right now.
We don't. But
But then, how does that make
exactly?
sense?
If it hasn't changed, then why is the
Like, I
salary
understand
changing?
if it's 1075, put it to 1080. You know, just to say we gave it an increase.
Yeah.
But you're making a 50-cent change right now, almost.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's at 55 cents
right?
or a 50-cent increase right now.
Yeah,
That's it's too much.
it is.
Anyways, people are gonna
Small
be like-
businesses are gonna suffer for it.
So small business, we're gonna lose a lot of businesses.
We are.
And and also one of the things here in Quebec is let's go because we're talking about the restaurant industry. I think we have a regulation where you can't open up a food truck. The only way you can have a food truck is if you have a restaurant.
There are certain areas in Quebec, and maybe you need a restaurant as a home base. Maybe I'm not sure what the food truck.
and I
law
think
is.
that's wrong. I'm not trying to take away from first off, you have a restaurant, but why can't you? That's an opportunity for someone. Let's say
You ever see the movie Chef?
No, it looks really good.
Fucking beautiful movie.
Okay, I'll take a look at it after.
Yeah,
but I know what you're talking
he
about.
Does a food.
He's
he
a great
does
actor and a
food
great
truck.
director.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. It's like I know a lot of people, a lot of cooks that I've known that try to open up restaurants, but restaurants are one of the hardest things to do.
You can't get a business loan for a restaurant because it's too high.
Too risky.
Too risky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Too many restaurants here in Montreal.
So why are you stopping? Why are you're fucking up? Like you're trying. First off, this is creating a job for 2 or 3 people, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, but in the big picture, 2 or 3 isn't worth.
Okay, but think about it. Then it's a company. So let's say the guy, for some reason he's able to clear $1,000 a day.
Okay.
That's like a really good food truck, I'm guessing.
Right.
Food. I'm talking not expensive. I'm talking this is pure profit. A day he's getting $1,000.
Okay.
So that's actually too much, but anyways. So that's 3 people working. He's getting $1,000. You can tax him at the end of the year. He's gonna have a high profit rate. He can tax. Maybe he's gonna open up a second food truck. For a different area.
All right.
And then I know like the food trucks are only allowed to gather once a month at the Olympic Stadium.
Is it only once a month?
Yeah.
Really? I thought it was all summer.
Not all summer, not every day. It's once a month or like once a week or something. So anyways, Now we were talking about the 50-cent raise and we're complaining about that now. There's a bunch of idiots out there in the world in Quebec wanting to bring it to $15 an hour. First off, if you bring it up to $15 an hour,
That's not only Quebec. That's America.
no, first off, America, look,
Let's
let's deal with Canada because we're Canadian.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. But just go about this. There are some states that have brought it to $15 an hour. Restaurants have started charging a service tax of like 5%. So plus tip, plus the expense of the meal, and they do it because increasing the prices would scare away customers. So they put the service charge as a little surprise at the end, and because they want to make it clear that these raises in the minimum wage is costing their small business.
Costing their small business. It's costing the people who have jobs.
Yep.
Because they'll be like, look, we can't afford to pay you right now.
Yep.
So maybe you're going to have, instead of having a 40-hour work week, you're going to have maybe 20.
Yep.
Because it's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
So imagine, and here's another thing. Imagine you've been working at this restaurant for 20 years.
Yep.
And you finally, after years and years of hard work, you got them to pay you $14. For minimum wage was $10.40, whatever it was. And now you're at 14, and then it's like, oh, by the way, minimum wage is going up to 15. Okay. Then you notice 2 weeks later, you're starting to get bills, and you notice your bills have just went up from like, let's say your average bills a month are $400, they went up to $800. So that brings up another point.
I think that's a little 100% increase.
Well, I'm just.
Yeah. Okay. Just throwing
I'm just
numbers.
doubling
Yeah.
everything
Okay.
almost.
Okay.
But you think about that. It's like, okay, well, my $14 an hour, I can pay my bills and everything, but I can't go out. I can't save. So what do you do from there? It's like you're gonna go see your boss. I'm like, hey, I would you like you to match the money that went up? I was paid this much over. I would like to be paid that. They're like, we can't afford to pay you. Sorry, you're gonna have to let you go.
Right.
So and then now they have little Jimmy, 2 shoes.
Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy, he's branching out. He went and he's working now there, and like the service quality. So it affects everything. It affects quality of service because you lose good employees, who've been there and who's brought in a name, who bring customers in. You cause the owners to suffer. There's so many things wrong with it.
Okay, so I threw out the universal basic income
Yes,
as a solution, but I didn't explain how it could solve problems.
if you can, go ahead.
I could. I got an idea of it. Because that extra income that people are getting doesn't come from the pockets of the small businesses. It comes from the government.
Well, hold on. You're right, but you're forgetting something. And this is the problem. I think the whole world should join force on this one issue is stop taxing the little guys and start taxing the big guys.
Oh, definitely.
Stop giving break. Like, I don't mind if you give a break, but stop giving the big breaks to big companies. Like Nike can afford to pay 20% tax,
I know that there's a tax break. This is one of the few ones that I know. that if your payroll is over $1 million, you can save 1% on your taxes. So that's just an example of.
I don't mind that in a way. It doesn't
but
sound too bad.
No, look, these tax breaks for for companies like this with like that make a lot of profit is obviously to bring. It's incentive to bring more big business here because they produce a lot of money, which is taxable. But it's just an example of, okay, so where's my little business tax break? Where's what's the benefit of me opening up a business if I have to pay taxes out the ass, and meanwhile this already successful business that opened up next door gets a whole bunch of tax breaks, you know? So it's just an example of that. But okay, do you have anything else to say towards like breaks and charging more to the rich and stuff?
Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. It's like, you know, you have a guy who repairs shoes, and he's getting no help, and he's going to go out of business, but yet Nike's able to charge, or Adidas, whoever makes Yeezus, those shoes there from Kanye,
right,
for $1,000, and yet those guys are able to keep
They're
charging
not $1,000.
Some of them, they are. Some
are
that
you
are 1,000,
serious?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so and like
that's insane.
There's a guy. You ever see the kid on Facebook who?
If you wonder why you can't save money, and you're wearing a pair of Yeezys right now, then
but there is ones that are $200.
Then like, you know, shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
Well, it's like having a.
I know that there are cheaper ones. There are cheaper ones, but I'm talking about if you have $1,000 shoes and you're complaining that you don't have fucking money.
Oh,
to
you want to
pay
hear
the
something
rent.
crazy?
Go ahead.
Okay, so talking about entrepreneur in a way. So this little kid, he's next to his neighbors in Miami, I think, to DJ Khaled.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, he started a business.
Oh yeah, I heard of this.
You saw
kid.
the Facebook?
He makes shoes, right?
No, he doesn't make shoes. So what he did was
does
his
he
first
do?
business. He wanted a pair of shoes.
Okay.
And he waited out, but then somebody's like, oh, "Look, I really wanted a pair. So how much you pay for them?" He's like, He's like, "I'll give you $500." So he's like, "Wait a minute, I can start doing this."
Wait, I don't get it.
So okay, let's say
The kid.
what's a
kid
video
had
game?
Shoes.
What's okay? Like let's say
Just explain it to me.
Okay, but I have to give you a good example. Let's say okay,
I
like
don't
the
need
new.
an example. I just need you to explain where are the shoes coming from.
That's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay. Go
So
on.
let's say there's a new pair of Jordans come out.
Okay.
He stands in line. He buys the shoes.
Okay. I get it.
So now
High demand.
he has it.
Okay.
Now they sold out of size 13.
Right.
Most
But he has a size
13. Now
Yeah.
this guy here is like, "Hey, I want them." He's like, "How much you pay for them?" He's like, "I pay $250." But the guy's like, "I'll sell it to me. I'll give you." I think he got an extra $100 for his first pair he ever sold.
Right.
So he did that, and he's like, "I can make a business." So
Yeah.
you know what he did is he went back in and he found out when the next hot pair of shoes are coming out, and he bought two.
Yeah.
So he bought one. This is when he was starting off. So he bought two. So he went online. He sold them two for higher.
Yeah.
And then now he's super smart. Now he pays a bunch of kids to go. He gives them the money, you know,
Yeah.
and they get like $25, and they get like an hourly rate. Plus, once they buy the shoes, they get like an extra $25. And then the shoes come back to him, and then he sells them. And it's gotten to such a point where, like, he gets calls from like rappers and anything because he has a collection now,
Right.
and it's like he started this off with nothing, and now he's like worth $1.5 million.
This is the bullshit of capitalism, though. Everyone's a middleman. Everyone's a fucking middleman. Because if you really wanted to, you could just go to the warehouse and buy them.
No, you can't, because
why not?
they're limited. These are special shoes.
He gets the limited ones.
These are not like, okay, he went to buy a normal pair of Air Forces. These are like the Kobe Bryant 5 Puma Edition 7 Black Mamba. They only made 700.
Okay.
So he found out when they're coming out, and now he pays, like, he camps out. He camps out for half a day, then he pays another kid a half a day, and he pays another kid, and the shoes are $400, but he's going to sell them for $3,000.
3,000. Holy
Some-
fuck!
if
People are
that's-
paying $3,000 for shoes. People are paying $3,000 to put their fungus-infested toes in fucking $3,000 shit that you're gonna step in puddles and fucking mud and bullshit like that. You fucking this world is I'm done.
All right. So here's the thing: is I'm pretty sure if you spend $3,000, If you spend $3,000 for these shoes, you're not going to step in mud or anything. I know that's for sure. Because when I got my first pair of white shoes, I didn't step in shit. I didn't even walk with them.
I got bored sitting alone, so I'm back.
Oh, welcome back.
Hi.
So, anyways, back to the capitalist thing. There's a little sidetrack there to keep you interested. So, $15 does not work. Now, the allowance thing could work, but unfortunately, there's a lot of tape, like red tape, that goes around it. Because how do you control someone who gets how you can control this?
I think that you have to look at people who are being paid minimum. Well, you look at their annual income, right?
See, but that's the thing. It's like now you're giving a break to such a big population because there's a lot of population who's going to get this. Now the bigger population.
How do you make up for that?
Yeah.
You tax the bigger income people by a few more percentage.
Yes, but now you got the ones that are paying high. Like, how is that? It doesn't equal out because you want fair.
How is it fair? Because I think that the people who have should help the people who do not have.
In a perfect society, yes, you're right, but we don't live in that society.
No, but that doesn't mean that we can't. That doesn't mean that we can't strive for it.
No, you're 100% right. You're right.
Fucking Warren Buffett gives away 99% of all his money.
How much money does he have?
All of his money.
Okay, but how much money did he have?
Well, let's just.
What's 1%?
He's still a billionaire.
With 1%, he's still a billionaire.
With 1%, he's still a billionaire. He still makes the Forbes billionaire list. You don't believe me, Jay?
It's not a believing thing, but it's like I don't care.
What do you
because
mean?
he's got a 1 billion. I'm not talking about that dude. I'm talking about I'm talking about
those dudes. How many billionaires do we have in Quebec?
I don't know.
It must be like 20.
But that's not the question. That's not the answer.
No, but but
it's like I'm talking about the person that makes so minimum wages. Let's say the minimum wage is between 0 and 45,000. Oh, I mean,
that's not minimum.
The living,
wage.
the annual living. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
So the ones that are allowed to have the allowance,
they get the basic income allowance. Yeah.
Okay, so those people. Now, let's say the middle class is from 45 to 85,000.
Well, we don't know that. Is it actually?
I'm just giving guesses right now.
Well, that's a problem if we're gonna talk like.
No, we're just we're having a conversation.
All right,
we're
all right,
our
fine.
own
Middle
stuff.
class is
45 to 85,000.
All right.
So now we got to make a tax bracket that reflects fairly for everybody.
Okay.
So the people that get the allowance, let's say they get taxed income tax of what 5%. I don't know how income tax works exactly.
That's not good.
That's a horrible thing.
That's not good. I could look up the tax brackets in Quebec.
Yeah. So there you go. Think about that.
Think about that. My point is we're taxing billionaires. That's nothing wrong with it.
So
Make another tax bracket for the super rich. That's like if the highest tax bracket is 100,000, make one for 200,000, and just increase the percentage by 1%. What's 1% of 200,000? That's $2,000. $2,000 from like 100 people is $200,000 that the government has to spend. And how? I don't know. It could all even out, in my opinion.
Supposedly, wasn't there someone who said if we did all our tax receipts, our tax returns fairly for like 5 years, there would be no more deficit? At one point, someone said something like that.
So you're saying that if everyone paid their taxes and didn't cheat the system? Well, maybe. I mean, depends. That depends how the.
Or maybe if the government would stop robbing us,
All right. So $42,390 or less is taxed 16%.
How much? What?
16%.
For what?
42,000 under 42,000.
Okay.
42 to 85. Hey, very good. Nice. If that's middle class. 20%.
That's a big jump.
85 to 103. 24. 103 and up. 25.75.
That's horrible.
So why not tax?
Whoa. Sorry.
What?
That's horrible.
What do you mean?
So you go from making no money, so you make hardly any money, so you're at 16%.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to move him because he's gonna climb up on everything.
Come on.
Just push him up.
I can't be mean to cats.
There he is. He's
All
good.
right.
He's here. Okay, so sorry for that, everyone. We love our animals here. Anyways, think about that. 16% for like low, and then you went to 20, then to 24. Then the super rich is at just an extra percent. How is everyone else jumping up by 4%?
Well, don't forget it's a quarter of your. But that's my point exactly.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
my point.
but then
exactly.
again, it's like, you know what? To me, it should have been like.
Now hold on.
But
Because
I'm sorry, but like you're
this
right.
is only Quebec.
But-
It doesn't include Canada.
Yeah, but you brought up a good point.
Yeah.
Though it's like, okay, so if, they're at 25, right? But then why can't? Is it so much to put them at 26? Obviously, put them max
It's
at
not.
30.
It's an.
But you
Okay,
do that on
so
total
let's look
earning.
at-
You don't do that at total wealth.
So here's the Canada tax brackets. Wait, hold on. Let me go to the site.
Tina, would you like to say anything?
Fuck that. Okay.
From Costa's mouth. Fuck that.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Talking about you and me.
Keep talking while I look this up.
I was listening to an interesting thing on
Oh,
baseball.
I found it.
Okay, good.
No, go on.
Perfect. No, go, because I was bullshitting there.
All right, so 15% on the first 46,000, let's say.
So wait, so we're taxed like 16 plus 15?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's not very good.
That's ugly.
It is.
How is Canada taking so much, but yet we're like I had a conversation with someone the other day. So it's like imagine you break your leg in Ontario. And like I thought Medicare covered everything in Canada, but it's like it's you would still have to pay something. You know that?
Yeah.
If you broke your arm or something in Toronto, you still have to pay a fee.
Yeah.
But I'm like, don't we have Medicare? It doesn't matter. You broke it in Ontario.
So if you make over $202,000, you're paying like 60% tax.
60?
Yeah. But
Does that include the Quebec too?
yes, that's
Oh, thank
including
God.
Quebec. But there are tax breaks for these people.
Yo, what's the fucking tax break?
They could put a lot of their assets in their companies because these people like probably have companies.
Yeah, well, my cousin was talking to me about that. They're like, they can eventually they're able to put like a car or something.
Yeah.
under the
So
company.
like they don't have to pay taxes for their car. The company will pay for it. They could put money in their tax-free savings account. Here's the thing. I forgot what year it was, but Harper said, I'm going to do something good for Canadian middle-class families. I'm going to increase the amount that you could put in your tax-free savings account. And it's great. From $5,000 to $10,000 that year, you could put in $10,000 instead of the regular
If you have
$5,000.
that.
That's the thing. How many middle-class families have $10,000 to put in one shot or
Well, look, just-
throughout the year?
and
And
like,
it's accumulating, so you could always put in later, but like
you know, we're building such a
it helps the
society
rich.
that it's like
it helps the rich more.
we don't have goals anymore. Like our goals used to be
I have
wanna-
goals.
That's you, but I mean
I
as
have
the
Goals,
average.
and I'm a slave to them. 'Cause
Anyways,
I don't know how to achieve.
all
them.
right. So back to the true topic at hand.
Let's do it.
So like if you were back in the day, your family man or whatever you were, your goal was to have a house and stuff. Now it's like it's not even affordable to have a house. It's like you get a house and then like first off, okay, let's say you buy a building here and you're allowed to have the house for yourself and you have 3 tenants or 2 tenants.
All right.
First off, the tenants have more rights than the owner.
Yeah.
You
There are a lot
can't
of rights protecting tenants.
tenants. So and you
which
can't
is fair. I mean, depends. I don't know the rights.
I disagree because like to evict someone here is so hard.
Come on, it's putting someone out on the street.
So let's say you own a building and the guy doesn't pay you for 2 months. And then the third month is coming up and he still hasn't paid you.
So what's the law about that not paying rent?
I think they have up to like a certain amount of time, and after that, you have to take them to court, and then you have to go through the whole system, and you're spending.
what a hassle.
It's a big hassle. I think one of my father's friends had a guy who lived with them, and for 6 months he didn't pay rent, and then he finally got evicted, but he didn't get any money. The guy just went and moved to Florida.
Damn.
But for 6 months, that's 6 months of revenue he lost.
Yeah.
So let's say you're one of those people that bought a building and the revenue pays your building.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
screwed. Another thing is you can't ask for a security deposit here.
I don't
You're
believe
not allowed.
that.
You're not allowed. If
Is
someone
that true?
It actually is. My father's a building holder.
Yeah, but
Check if you like.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you. Go type. You're not allowed. And you're not allowed to ask for first and last month's rent.
Rent Quebec. I don't know. That seems a little. You gotta talk when I'm looking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You have no
I'm so
problem
interesting.
talking when I'm not looking, but like.
Oh, because it's you put a pause to the conversation because this is a whole like basic. What do you want me to talk about?
I don't
My
know.
sexual explorations.
Go ahead. Talk about how you shot one in your own face one time when you were lying down.
Did I do that? I had to think about that. We got an interesting fact going on. Costa's reading, very intrigued, laughing at me. I passed gas about the many of time while we've been talking.
Interesting.
Yes, I have.
You're right.
I am
That's
right.
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Is that fair? No.
In Ontario too, they could ask for a deposit, but they can't use it to fix damages.
I don't get it. What's the deposit for?
I have no idea, man. But that's what it said about Ontario.
So the
Quebec,
guy-
you can't ask for a security.
So, but the guy comes in. Shit. Oh. The guy comes in. He breaks. Let's say you made. Let's just say right before the guy moves in, you fix the bathroom, which my father had to do for one of the tenants upstairs. He still lived here. He fixed the bathroom. The bathroom cost him to redo it. Everything cost $3,000.
Okay.
Okay. Imagine the guy comes in and breaks the sink.
Yeah.
And breaks something. We can't ask him to replace it.
Right.
But we have to pay for it. Is that fair? And if we don't replace it, he can take us to court.
Yeah.
It's so stupid, this government here.
There's a lot.
There's no
faults.
benefits of owning anything, and that's why we're building so many condos. And now we
don't
have
know
so
about
many
that.
condos, and we don't have the population for them, and nobody wants them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty.
My
messy.
cousin just got one of these new condos, and she lives like a bit further, like in a Terrebonne area. And with so much snow, you know what happened?
What?
Their whole first floor of their building flooded.
Mm.
So there's so much damage now.
Yeah.
She's like, I think they're taking them to court. Like the whole building's taking them to court now, because if they want to, they can't sell. It's gonna be so hard to sell at this moment. Think about it. It's like, and then here's another thing. Look, my cousins, they were talking to me about their mortgage. There was a mortgage that she was offered at the time, where she's locked in. She can't sell her house.
Mm.
How does that make sense? It's like, hey, I can make more money by selling this and paying you guys off. Oh, but if you pay us off before the time is, you have to pay a penalty. What benefit is there to being an owner anymore? You used to strive to own land. Now it's more of a headache than anything.
This is true. So, what's your solution to all this, Jay? What's your solution to minimum wage, to the universal basic income?
To be honest, I don't have
What
a
would
solution.
you do?
But I would love to see in the future if we have a society that drives away from money as a source of something.
Good luck.
Yeah, I know.
Good luck.
That's why I strive to see if we can ever do that.
Money makes the world go round.
Yes, you make me go around. Right,
You spin my head
baby.
right round.
That's it.
Like a record, baby. Round, 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 round. I don't know, man. A world without money. I don't think we're ready for that.
It's not gonna happen for a long time.
Definitely not.
We as humans are so greedy. We always have to one up our neighbor or somebody.
I've said it before.
And I'll say it again.
We need a fucking alien to attack us.
Oh God!
Bring the whole world together in unity to fight off this giant beast.
Like an Independence Day.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly like in Independence Day. Where are you, Will Smith?
We actually posted a picture on Instagram, which was pretty cool.
What picture?
He posted like a reunion with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh,
people.
yeah, I had read about it. I didn't see the picture, though.
It's nice.
I'll
And
see
it's
it
like
then.
little captions like, "We're missing our Uncle Phil today."
Oh,
Yeah,
that's sad.
makes me want to watch the show.
Yeah, it was a good show. It didn't really, I don't know. I don't think it aged well, but it's still enjoyable to watch.
It aged well.
You think so?
How it's called? It's 100%.
I mean, I guess if it's enjoyable to watch, it means it aged well. But I wonder how much of that is nostalgia.
No, I think you can bring that to anybody and they'll love it.
I wonder. Kids are so fucking difficult these
Look
days.
about it. Look, we keep recycling the same idea. Like, look, Riverdale's a big popular show now. I enjoy it, but it's pretty much like the OC mixed with a murder mystery.
All right. So, Jay,
Yes.
do you have any saving tips?
Don't spend money you don't have.
Oh man, that's a good one. I was gonna say like, you don't be fucking stupid. We're actually trying to talk about, but it's true. People spend money they don't have all the time.
Yeah, I've done it. Okay, a good example for myself is
It's the land of the credit.
I was in a relationship, and
Uh-oh.
no, I'm not going to insult her or anything, but I was in a relationship for a
No,
while,
That's
and
not what I meant. I meant bitches make you go crazy and
oh.
spend.
So what happened was
Money.
while I was in this relationship, I was in school. I couldn't work as much, and then with a girlfriend, I wanted to see her as much because I wasn't in a relationship for a while.
Mhm.
So I was just spending money I didn't have, and I put myself into debt, and finally out of it.
At least
Took me
you're
a while.
out.
Yeah, but still, like I look at my, it's like when you get your income tax and you see how much money you made during that year, and then you look at your account, and it's like, wow, where did that all go? You know?
That brings us to my savings tip. I recently started keeping track of everything. I made a budget. Not a budget, sorry. It's more of just a record of where I spend my money.
Oh man,
How
I
much
did.
I make.
I saw. I did that too.
Yeah?
And I noticed a lot of it comes from, and this also goes to a health thing. It's a lot of my money goes into food.
Okay.
A lot of my money.
Like eating out?
Yeah.
No good, man.
I don't know.
I noticed it too. And I
With me or you?
no, with me.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's incredible just by recording how much you spend.
But see, this is the problem. Another situation. We're gonna keep on the topic, but it's like we both said we want to be more social.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta go out and spend
But
money.
but like it's like I don't want to go out to drink, but I can't hold on to that same like with my group of my friends. I can't hold on to that same drink because if I hold on to that same drink, they're gonna bust my balls for an hour. It's like fuck off.
I've done it before.
Yeah, but you are not me.
What does that mean?
Let's be
Are you
honest.
insulting me?
Not at all.
I can't believe this guy's insulting me.
I'm not insulting you. I'm just calling. It's like I can't treat you the same way I would treat Mowgli. There you go.
You call him Mowgli.
He knows who he is.
I know he knows who he is.
But I can't treat it. I'm not going to
He's
use.
rolling his eyes right now.
Yeah, go ahead. But I'm not going to treat
And his
you
poor
the
leg.
same way I treat some friends of mine, right?
I mean, you could treat me however you want.
Okay, like this weekend I stayed home, right?
Yeah.
On Saturday, I got a message from a friend. And I'm like, look, I have a bunch of guys over. Why don't you come over?
Guy's over, right?
And he's like, nah, I'm good. And that drives me crazy. He's like, why'd you message me to hang out?
Because he wanted to do something specific.
Well, then say that.
Yeah, but he
But don't
wasn't-
make me feel like because I hate when people message you and then they don't like what you're doing, and it makes you kind of feel like, oh wow, am I doing something? Am I not fun? Am I lame? I hate that. It
I
kind of
don't
bugs
know.
me.
I don't know.
Like, don't message me if you don't like you. Especially my friends should know I am a home person. I rather stay home.
I thought you were gonna say I am a homo.
I'm a homely person who likes to stay home and chill at home and watch movies, and that's what I like to do.
And jerk off. Yeah.
Well, not with you in the room.
No, definitely not.
But like, I rather spend my day at my house.
yeah.
And like, if you know who I am. Nothing has changed. Why do you keep on messaging me? Like, I appreciate a message to talk to my friend.
Yeah, but you've
don't-
said it before on this. I don't know who this friend is. I think I could guess, but like, if they listen to the podcast, they've heard you say you want to be more social. You want to go out more. Maybe
I do. But I will plan something.
Oh, so you're the planning type.
I'm not.
I think I'm a
planning-
semi-planner.
That's exactly how I see. I plan a day to go out, and I'll go out. Doesn't mean like I have to plan the location, the time, and everything.
Yeah. No, just a day and a time.
Like it's like, look, we were supposed to go to Stogie's, but unfortunately, I forgot. It's WrestleMania this weekend, and there's 2 pay-per-view events.
Right.
So that to me is important. That one I forgot, and I like. If you want to come and watch it, Costa, come. If you don't, I don't blame you. You know.
You don't blame me.
Well, no, if wrestling is it has to be your thing.
It was in high school.
You know. Oh, anyways, That's it. Like me, I'm still like sometimes I'm still a kid. Sometimes I watch like Pokemon and stuff, and sometimes I'll just be like, no, I feel like watching Murder She Wrote with my mom, like a 70-year-old woman.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. My mom asked me about weed today.
About weed?
Yeah. In a sad circumstance though.
Why? What did
A friend of the family's sister is passing away.
Okay.
Slowly, she has cancer and it spread to her whole body.
Oh, there it is.
But she asked me about marijuana,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of showed her pot cargo as a joke, and so she saw it, and she started getting like paranoid. My mom
About what?
about just looking at the website.
Okay.
And she's like, like my mother, because she was born in Brazil, she's never seen marijuana. Because the drug problem in Brazil is not marijuana; it's
cocaine.
It's other stuff.
It's
I don't know
other
if it's
stuff.
cocaine. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But,
I don't know either. But
It's the other stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So I showed her like a picture of some bud, right?
Yeah.
And she's like having a panic attack, like, oh my God. And I'm trying to explain to her mom, I'm like, think about this. Like, you have a guy who does cocaine and like he's scratching, he looks disgusting, he looks like he's dying. Or you have a guy who does what's it called? The guy who smokes a joint and it's like I took my dad as an example. Like imagine giving my dad a joint and he's all easy, calm, he's able to have a good night's sleep, he's relaxed, he's in a good mood. Like wouldn't you rather that instead of the uptight, nervous person he is now?
Yeah.
So she just blew, like she didn't want to talk about it. I understood. I left her alone.
Yeah.
But I was just looking and I was trying to have a conversation with her about this. It's like, right now that they're saying that marijuana is going to be legal by 2018.
2018, July 1st.
So but the
Happy
funny thing
Canada
is like
Day.
half a month ago they were saying it's going to be legal this summer.
They did, yes. But Justin Trudeau doesn't keep his promises.
There's supposedly there were some articles today. I was looking on Facebook. They're asking for him to step down.
I wouldn't be surprised if he calls an election before the thing comes out.
Why?
Just using that as a lever. Oh wait, how many years has it been?
It will be 3 by then.
Okay, then never mind. I can't.
He could.
He has 4 years. He has a majority.
Yeah, but I think
No,
he'll win.
He's gonna do the whole 4 years.
He's gonna win the next election.
No, he's gonna do the whole 4 years.
No, but I mean that he's gonna do his 4 years and he'll win a re-election.
Okay.
But he won't have a majority again.
But that's fine. But
It'll
my
be close.
scenario had been like, if he called election early, if he had called one like
2 years
during the waiting period of the weed.
Oh, if he would have done it
And
like
then
now.
he brings it up like, well, we have plans to legalize weed. How about you, Mr. Conservative Party? And it's like, weed is bad. It's like, oh, shit.
Well, actually, the guy's
Well, now
leaning towards.
he lost all the stoner votes. And then,
But that guy now is a lot of the companies are, what's it called? A lot of those people that were against it
yeah,
are starting to go for it.
in Canada, yeah.
Yeah, because they're seeing what's going on with Colorado,
Yeah.
with all the states. God, like at the end and now this is the thing that made me laugh. I was reading a lot of the articles about it, and we're gonna stop. We're not gonna go with the legalization thing, but just the thing that made me laugh hysterically was some of the people were like, we need to keep it out of our children's hands. I'm like, but I wanted to be like, but bitch, you're not doing a good job out of it now.
Yep, that's for sure.
It's like I can pay. It's like here's a good example. It's like you can pay Jim, the homeless guy. 30. Okay, you give him $10.
How about Jimmy the intern?
Okay, you can pay Jimmy the intern, who's like a 40-year-old guy.
Now you're racist just because he's Mexican.
I never say Mexican. You're racist.
We said Mexican
Okay, whatever. Jimmy.
at the beginning of the episode.
I thought Jimmy was a kid.
He is, but that's how they do it.
Okay, no. So, anyways, we could pay like a guy who's 40 years old and is down with his luck and needs $20. You give him like, here's 40. 20 of it's for beer. The other 20 is for you. How many people have done that?
Not many.
Or how many people actually go to the SAQ and actually get carded? Like a lot of kids these days. I'm 27, and
Yeah.
if I shave with my little stuff I have now,
Yeah.
I look like I'm 21, 22.
Okay.
Like there's kids coming out of high school. They look like they're 24 or 23. There's girls coming out of high school that look like they're like girls at 13 that look like 18-year-olds.
Okay, Jay. Okay.
No, but I'm giving you
Calm that raging boner.
there's no boner. But you know what I mean? Like you got all these things like you can get alcohol easily, you can get weed easily, you can even get cocaine easily.
Yeah,
You
probably.
can get everything easily. Like
I mean,
the solution
no,
is not
definitely.
keeping it out. The solution is educating people with the effects. You know what? You know those stupid movies they used to give, like weed's bad. Jimmy the Stoner, he's lost control. No, how about you show them the real thing, like inside the prison. Show them a guy who's lost half his face because he picked up a disease. Show a guy who lost his arm because he used a bad needle. Show a guy who got AIDS and he's dying in bed. Like show the real gritty stuff. You know?
Jimmy, what did you learn about marijuana?
It's like
I'll
those.
never smoke it again.
See, yeah, but that's like it's that PG shit. Stop showing that. Show them, like, educate them.
Well, I don't know what I don't know what they do now in school. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So I can't compare those tapes to what they do now.
Yeah, you're 100% right to that point. Anyways, it's like
I remember when I was in school, they had cops come in and just talk about drugs, and drugs was a very vague word. Like they didn't describe specifics.
I would love to be
you
in a
know.
class right now, like in level 1, sitting down with my mind now and being someone trying to talk to me about drugs.
This establishment is bullshit. Boom.
No, I'd just be like, so he's like, you don't want to do marijuana. I'm like, what kind of marijuana, sir? Sativa, indica? Are we talking about a hybrid strain? Like the guy's just like, what the fuck? Are we talking edibles? Are we talking about keef? Are we talking about phoenix tears? Are we talking oils? We're talking about dabs? What are we talking about, sir?
Sir, this study shows that
Are we talking about MDMA? Are we talking about
marijuana is actually beneficial to Parkinson's patients. Here's a video of it.
There was a fucking video I saw on the net. It was freaking brutal. This young girl, she has a very hard.
We talked about this.
No, it's another thing. Right? It's brand new. I saw.
With the speech impediment?
No.
Something else?
Oh yeah,
Ooh, tell me more.
she was punching herself, causing physical harm.
Shit.
Like she has a Down syndrome and something else,
Okay.
and she started. And I'm talking like haymakers to herself.
Yeah.
And what happened was the father gave her a vape,
Okay.
but he can go to prison because he's doing it in Texas.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like- but her pills take hours to work,
Yeah.
but she's still punching herself. The vape took 5 minutes.
I saw a video of.
He just had to hold her down. And here's
Yeah.
the fucked up part is she stood up afterwards. She's like, no, I'm okay now. Thank you. And she sat down. She relaxed and she's calm.
Yeah.
But the medicine, she took the medicine and the father didn't do anything. The father wasn't around and she just kept wailing on herself. Fucking brutal, man.
I saw a 40-year-old with Parkinson's, and
Calm down.
same thing. He just rubbed a bit of the oil on the inside of his cheek, and in a matter of minutes, I think it took 20 minutes.
Mhm.
No shakes, nothing.
Imagine that. And imagine this. Imagine they find a cure with the oil. If they inject the oil in with another chemical directly into the nervous system, that he won't get shakes for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Something that's really like, or they put a little pouch inside you that gives you a bit each time. But the only thing is he can't drive a car. But he's able to live a normal life besides that.
Yeah.
You know, he's always a bit buzzed, but he's not high, like stupid, giggly high.
Oh, well.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Marijuana talk. I could talk about this all the time,
Drugs
but it's
bad.
not what we should.
Okay, drugs bad.
It's an interesting thing going on now with the minimum wage going up. People, and the thing is, the people that are complaining are the ones that have debts. And I'm like, I'm sorry, if you have a debt and you're
Wait,
wearing
complaining about what?
minimum wage,
Being too low, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Because aren't we complaining too?
I'm not. We're complaining because it's gonna go. They're trying to put it up too high.
Yeah, so that's what I was.
I would love to see. It's like after this, then you know what's the funny part? They're gonna complain about the work hours being too long. 8 hours is too much. We should have 6. And then they're gonna be like, "Why are we working 5 days
down
instead
for
of
that.
4?"
I'm down for less work hours.
You know what? I kind of agree because I think countries with
Less work hours.
a country that has a harsh winter like us.
Oh, yeah, I agree 100%. During the whole winter, I did not see sunlight. I work
nights.
I was up. Yeah, you too, eh? I was up before
I think I
the
went
sun,
a month.
and then I was out of the office after the sun. And I'm not near a window either, so I went a little crazy.
The only time I saw the sun was that when I left work, and sometimes I didn't even see it. I don't think I don't remember. I haven't seen the sun in probably like 3 months. So for now, I have.
No, yeah,
No,
because
it's coming out.
It's up earlier because of daylight savings.
There's another useful thing. Just
Hey, at
making-
least we could see the sun.
we lose an hour of sleep, we gain an hour of sleep. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. On that note, shall we go to sleep? Not together.
You'll go to sleep. I'll go to work.
Oh, that's right.
Till next time, folks.
Peace.
We're out.